Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex style has been nothing short of iconic. And what makes it all the more spectacular is the fact that she never overdoes it, doesn't have to try too hard, and is never the loud person in the room. She manages to stay above the fray while still maintaining her same regal, classic, and under-the-radar beauty. That's all according to a very popular celebrity stylist, but I could not agree more. So today I'm going to be taking a look at an article from Marie Claire that talks about the praise Meghan has received from a celebrity stylist for her under-the-radar fashion moves. After that, I have a few more Sussex-related topics, so let's get into it. It's always fun when we get to kick back, relax, and talk about one of my favorite topics, fashion, style, just overall glam. And Meghan is one of my favorite people to discuss this topic about. And so it brings me so much pleasure to bring you another article detailing another celebrity stylist praising Meghan's impeccable style. But before we get into that, if you haven't already, feel free to go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and please don't forget to share so more people can find us. And clearly it's been working. So thank you so much for getting us to 30,000 subscribers on this channel. I really appreciate your support. That has been such a pleasant surprise, and it's only up from here. Now, let's get into the article. Once again, this article is in Marie Claire, and it's titled, Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, is praised by celebrity stylist for under-the-radar fashion moves. Her appearance could change a business. This was written by Kristen Contino. The Meghan effect isn't just a catchy phrase. It's a well-documented fashion phenomenon that has transformed small labels into overnight sensations. While the Duchess of Sussex could easily limit her wardrobe to established luxury houses, she's made a conscious choice to spotlight emerging designers and sustainable brands, wielding her influence to elevate lesser-known names onto the global stage. I want to pause there. Not only does she do that for sustainable brands and smaller companies, but she also favors female-owned brands as well as brands owned by diverse owners. British celebrity stylist Martine Alexander recently told the Daily Fail that the Duchess's penchant for mixing labels like Carolina Herrera or Valentino with lesser-known designers can push change in the fashion industry. Quote, I love that she is wearing under-the-radar brands, the stylist said. One of the things that I adore doing is giving small businesses the exposure they deserve. Alexander continued that highlighting these companies is so rewarding for the stylist, the client, and the brand. That's why I think Meghan is doing it. Her appearance could change a business. We have actually taken time to spotlight several small companies that boomed overnight just because Meghan wore their brand. The Duchess herself has confirmed this approach to dressing. In August, she told the New York Times that when she realized how carrying a bag by Scottish handbag brand Strathbury during one of her 2018 appearances skyrocketed sales and created jobs, she took a deeper look at her choices. The experience changed everything in terms of how I then looked at putting an outfit together, she said. We also read that article. It was a very good article. I recommend taking a look at it yourself if you haven't already. Quote, I spend a lot of time just Googling, looking for brands, she revealed in the interview. When people are online looking for things or reading things, I'm trying to find great new designers, especially in different territories. This approach is evident when she heads on global tours, with Meghan often selecting local designers or designs such as the bold scarlet dress she wore in Nigeria, a piece by woman-led Nigerian brand Orire. On her 2024 trip to Colombia, the Duchess of Sussex sported several outfits by Colombian designer Joana Ortiz, as well as local resort wear brand Juan de Dios and other smaller labels. And she's actually worn Joana Ortiz for years, long before she even went to Colombia this year. Quote, times where I know there is a global spotlight and attention will be given to each detail of what I may or may not be wearing, then I support designers that I have really great friendships with and smaller up-and-coming brands that haven't gotten the attention that they should be getting, she told the New York Times. That's one of the most powerful things that I'm able to do, and that's simply wearing like an earring. During one of her pre-wedding appearances with Prince Harry, she carried a sleek chestnut brown purse by a tiny British handbag brand called Charlotte Elizabeth, leading to a massive sales increase for the female-founded label. Last year, Camilla Princess Consort went on to carry the same style. I like Kristen Contino in this article because she's acknowledging it. This has also happened with Kate a million and one times with brands like Veja, and of course, the most obvious is Aquazzura. They are always copying Meghan. Indeed, brands often report crashing websites and sold out products whenever Meghan wears one of their designs. One such label, Sesta Collective, told the New York Times the company had more sales in one day than we've ever had after the Duchess carried one of its bags. The brand, which sells hand-woven bags created by a collective of women in Rwanda, sent a thank you note to Meghan, who went on to become its first outside investor. While she still steps out in designs by the likes of Ralph Lauren and Oscar de la Renta, the Duchess of Sussex continues to champion smaller woman-owned labels such as St. Agni, Kiwana, and Heidi Merrick, putting an emphasis on thoughtful choices and sustainable style. 1, go. Sticking with the style theme, this article comes to us from People magazine, and it's titled, Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, shares rare message about beautiful friendship with close pal. Meghan and Claire Waite-Keller, now creative director at Uniqlo and formerly of Givenchy, collaborated on one of the most meaningful dresses of Meghan's life. Now, if you've been here before, then you already know it's Meghan's wedding dress, but I'm excited to see what sentiments Meghan had. This article was written by Rachel Birchfield. Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, is speaking out in support of her wedding dress designer Claire Waite-Keller's latest business venture. Waite-Keller, who was with the fashion house Givenchy at the time of Meghan's royal wedding to Prince Harry on May 19, 2018, left the house in 2020 and is now the new creative director of Uniqlo. Her capsule collection, Uniqlo C, has a famous fan in the Duchess of Sussex who told the New York Times that she owns several of Waite-Keller's Uniqlo pieces, including a trench coat and several dresses. Actually, when this was first announced on the channel, we actually talked about it, but I also bought a sweater, one of the Uniqlo C sweaters, and just a regular Uniqlo sweater. And they are both very comfortable. They have been holding up. They have really soft fabric. It's extremely soft, and I love throwing them on around the house just because it keeps me warm, but it's not like a weighted. It keeps me warm. It's thick enough to keep me warm, but it's not like heavy and weighted. Very good quality sweater. Quote, her pieces for the brand have movement and modern grace, Meghan told the outlet. She and Waite-Keller have remained close since her wedding over 6 years ago and share a beautiful friendship, Meghan added. In 2018, the same year that Meghan married Harry, and 1 year after joining the house, Waite-Keller's first couture collection for Givenchy was critically acclaimed. As People previously reported, Meghan and Waite-Keller worked together for 6 months to create the long-sleeved boat-neck gown and Meghan's 16-foot-long veil. Actually, they weren't exactly long sleeves. I actually think were they quarter-length sleeves? Y'all let me know. They were just above the wrist, and that is not considered long sleeve. Meghan's wedding dress elevated Waite-Keller's position to an even higher level, and she was the first woman to hold the job as creative director at the French fashion house. She left Givenchy in April of 2020 after 3 years. Wow. Quote, every time I make a career move, I feel my choices take people by surprise, Waite-Keller told the New York Times. Of her time at Givenchy, Waite-Keller added, I thought, maybe it can just be a short chapter at Givenchy. Maybe short is actually kind of gorgeous. The first Uniqlo C collection debuted in September of 2023, followed by a second this past March. Have you guys purchased anything from this collection? Y'all let me know in the comment section below and let me know what you think. In November of 2023, the British designer took part in a panel at the 2023 Bazaar at Work Summit in London, where Waite-Keller spoke about working with Meghan ahead of her wedding day. Quote, it was just a pleasure to create in this very, very private way, she said. It was just the two of us for so long, and it became this very personal girlfriend relationship. Meghan is a girl's girl, clearly, and she loves using her position, using her resources, or her platform to elevate other women. Speaking to reporters at Kensington Palace in May of 2018, Waite-Keller said the bespoke gown was a very collaborative effort. Quote, it was an extraordinary moment, Waite-Keller said at the time. It was an incredible thing to be part of, such a historic moment, and in fact, to have the opportunity to work with her. When it came to choosing who would design her dress, Meghan had a point of view. I wanted a female designer. That was very important. I wanted a British designer because I wanted to embrace my new home in that way, Meghan previously said. I wanted a dress that felt reflective of the world in a way, and she definitely did that with her veil especially. After her wedding, and while still a working member of the royal family, Meghan continued working with Wait Keller, including wearing one of her designs, a cream wool cape dress, on her first engagement with Queen Elizabeth in 2018. In December 2018, Meghan presented Wait Keller with the British Designer of the Year award at the British Fashion Awards in London, and Wait Keller thanked Meghan for trusting her to design such a monumental piece for her. Wow. I got to know Meghan on such a personal level, Wait Keller said at the time. To have someone like that trust you in an incredible moment in their life is something that is just the most unbelievable honor. I can't thank you enough because it was the most beautiful moment. In 2020, Wait Keller reflected on the process of designing Meghan's wedding dress in a lengthy Instagram post. Quote, 2 years ago today, I was in the final fittings for a very secret dress, she wrote. So many emotions were running through me during those months leading up to the big day. She added, a wedding dress is one of the most exquisite and beautiful moments for a designer, but also personally as a woman artist, creator, there is a lot of sensitivity that flows through the process from the knowledge and understanding of the feelings that you have as a bride. It's a unique point of view when you have been through it yourself. As I did at my wedding to my beloved husband 20 years ago, you remember every moment so clearly and realize the significance of every detail and decision. In so many ways, you are capturing dreams that as a girl and as you become a woman, you will have been thinking about for years, she continued. Learning to let go of my emotions and embrace the feelings of someone you are designing for brings about an incredibly beautiful relationship of trust and intimacy. She's absolutely right. Wait Keller has previously said that being part of Meghan's wedding day to Prince Harry will truly be the most memorable moment in her career. Earlier this year, Meghan and Wait Keller grabbed lunch at Cipriani in Beverly Hills, right around the time of Wait Keller's latest Uniqlo C drop, People previously reported. That's amazing. What do y'all think of this? This is such a great career move for Claire Wait Keller, and I'm really glad that, one, she's giving us insight into how she makes these decisions about her iconic career, but also how she feels about the actual work that she does. This isn't just a business for her. It's clear that she's very passionate about fashion, but also the relationships that she makes and creates through fashion. She definitely did an amazing job on this dress. They both did. As she said, it's a collaborative effort, and this took a lot of working together. And I can see Meghan throughout this entire design, but the craftsmanship is absolutely iconic. She looked amazing. This next topic is claiming to be an exclusive for Us Weekly. Y'all know I am persnickety about exclusives. I look for every detail to confirm or invalidate whatever the source is or whoever the source is or whatever they're saying. So Us Weekly has been doing a pretty good job, so we'll see. The title of this article is Suits Rachel Harris says it's great co-star Meghan Markle happened to find a nice guy. While Rachel Harris and Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, didn't frequently cross paths on the set of Suits, the comedian still has nothing but positive memories of the now Duchess. Quote, I didn't get to do scenes with her. The one scene that I did with her during Suits was when she got married, Harris exclusively told Us Weekly at the Groundlings' 50th anniversary event in Los Angeles on Saturday. It wasn't like she was ready to improvise her lines for the wedding, but she was great. Meghan starred as Rachel Zane on the first 7 seasons of USA Network Suits, playing a paralegal-turned-attorney who fell in love with Mike Ross. Harris, for her part, portrayed recurring character Sheila Saz, the on-off love interest of Louis Litt, played by Rick Hoffman. The Duchess of Sussex ultimately retired from acting at the end of season 7, which culminated in Rachel and Mike's wedding, when she married Prince Harry. Meghan and Harry stepped down from their... Why do we need to know that? Move on. Quote, what I love about Meghan is that I met her way before Suits, and she just wanted to live her dream and be a working actress, Harris recalled to Us. She succeeded at that, so it's just great that she happened to find a nice guy. Also, like I said, I'm a little bit detail-oriented when it comes to this stuff. Her name is spelled with an H. In addition to thinking fondly about her time at Suits, Spencer Pearson and Litt, Harris is also remembering her time as a member of the famed Groundlings improv troupe. Now, that's actually a very famous improv troupe. I've heard about them. I'm not even in the entertainment industry or whatever. I have heard about them forever. They are iconic. Quote, I think the best thing that I've learned from the Groundlings was how to be a supportive player, Harris told us at the anniversary event on Saturday, which she attended with fellow alum and friend Cheryl Hines. When we were doing somebody else's sketch, if I was supporting in that, you're supposed to help your other person, to be a supporting player and to not make it about you. It's taken me a long way in doing television, like doing comedy and Suits and Lucifer. She continued, when it's not my scene, but show up and be more prepared than ever. It's like when the camera turns around and you're off camera for someone because it's very close up, you're freaked out because you want to know your material better than ever, even more so than when it's on yourself. Working with the Groundlings, Harris found that the lessons to show up and support the other actors and the other writers were really drilled into her court. Good sportsmanship is what I like, she gushed. It's akin to, are you able to be supportive of other people and see the whole? It's a collaborative art as opposed to being focused on yourself. That is very true. She definitely dropped some really good gems in this interview. And I don't know much about her, but I am going to take a deep dive and learn more about her. I don't really remember her from Suits, but I am still into my rewatch. So maybe she just hasn't been in the show at this point. But what a nice thing to say about Meghan. I think this one checks out. The source, they confirmed the name. What she said was true, and it was very friendly. I actually like this article. Good job, Us Weekly, for getting a really good exclusive. Oh, and congratulations to the Groundlings. I just wanted to take a super short break to say, if you have not already, please don't forget to go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and if you are interested, feel free to participate in the live chat going on now, or feel free to leave a comment if you do not wish to engage in the live chat. Once again, I know I do this all the time. I'm enjoying a channel, I'm enjoying the video, I'm just having a great time, and I completely forget to hit subscribe. So please don't forget to hit subscribe. Don't forget to comment if you wish, and please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button so that the algorithm on YouTube knows that you like my content. Now, let's get back to the show. Now, before we get out of here, I have to remind everybody that Spare is now available in paperback. So if you have not purchased your copy yet, go purchase that, because y'all already know they're going to sell out. Y'all already know how Harry does us. They don't stay on shelves for very long. Now, I'm going to go ahead and order mine today. I already have a hardback copy, a hardcover, and I also have the audio version. But I want every edition as they come out, because you never know. I want them all. Sue me. But anyway, if you've already purchased one, let me know if you've received yours yet. And is it just as amazing as I assumed that it would be? Let me know in the comment section below. And also, before we get out of here, I had no idea this extremely random and fun video that we did yesterday or the day before, I can't even remember at this point, where we talked about Harper's Bazaar 50 hottest men list. I had no idea that this would make so many people so angry. Now, I hate to do this, but in the interest of keeping the videos fun and light and entertaining and not creating an entire melee in the comment section, I deleted the angry comments. It is genuinely just not worth it. But I do want to clear some things up. In the video, if you watched, now I'm not the type of person who comments on things that I don't actually watch. I actually detest that kind of behavior, because it adds to misinformation. And how can you comment on something when you don't know what it says? But I noticed a lot of the angry comments were saying things that I actually didn't say in the video. So I wanted to take time to close out the week to make sure we clarify. This was a 50 hottest men list in Hollywood for the last 6 decades. It was genuinely not an important thing. It was just a good old time. We were just having fun rating their list and also providing my own insight. I said it maybe 4 or 5 times in my video. This is subjective. There's literally no way you can actually rate people based on hotness. There's so much criteria, which we listed several times. There was so much criteria involved, and it's literally subjective, because what I find handsome, you probably don't find handsome, and vice versa. And that's what makes it fun, because you just get to share your opinion. I'm not sure how that turned into this big melee, but I have received comments. One lady wrote, no, 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 no. That's how she started her comment. I just deleted it. I said, oh, that's kind of insane. Go take a chill pill or whatever. Go talk to your therapist, because my list should not have riled people up. Somebody was like, I can tell that we aren't going to get along in real life because all the people you put, I don't find attractive. And I'm like, I don't even know you in real life, child. And you're probably right about that because you clearly have bad taste. No, I'm just, no, but genuinely, I just wanted to say, y'all, if you found yourself getting personally offended by either Harper's Bazaar list or my list, I want you to take a break from my content and probably from other people's content. I want you to take a little break. And I think you should feel the time that you do use to watch content. I think you should feel that time doing something with yourself that offers you some form of empowerment or offers you an opportunity to tap into a skill set that you're either good at or that you want to work towards being good at. I think you should use that time to maybe journal, or take a little time to be self-reflective and find some really amazing things about yourself and about the world that you actually live in. Because there's no reason the virtual world should occupy that much of your minds to that you would have to the point that you have an emotional response to me saying, I felt like Denzel Washington is the hottest man in Hollywood. And again, several people we were joking and cutting up. Those comments we kept. We are teasing back and forth and rating and disagreeing and agreeing. That was fun. It was really the angry comments that were really shocking, where I was getting long dissertations in my comment section. It was kind of jarring, and it wasn't from derangers. I know how to vet. These are from people that I'm aware of, and I know, and they watch my channel. I do want to offer, I'm not going to judge or shame you because that would be unkind, but I do think that might indicate something. And I don't know what. I want you to go just take a look at if you felt compelled to attack me or Harry or Meghan or any other person commenting because of an opinion on hotness, which is just a funny video. We were all just laughing and cutting up. I'm married. I don't think anybody's hotter than my husband. So we're not going to agree on 1,000,001 things just from that alone. I was really shocked when I opened my comment section today, and I was like, okay, I want to use my platform to be as positive and encouraging as possible. But when you're attacking me, it is really hard for me to do that and to take the high road. So I do want to take this opportunity to try my hand at that because y'all know I struggle. I do want to just say, and not in a condescending or an asshole way, I am also in therapy. I've been in therapy pretty much my whole life. I think it's an amazing tool and asset. In the same way I go to the doctor, I've always gone to therapy. And I want to offer that as a resource to people. And if you don't know where to start, please go to psychologytoday.com. Reach out to your insurance provider or reach out to your human resources department at your job and ask if they offer EAP. It's Employee Assistance Program. They don't share any information. They don't crosstalk between your therapist and your employer. Your therapist will not share what you say, but your employer, if they offer EAP, it is a program that will give you 3 to 5, sometimes even 20 sessions a year that are completely free to you and are charged to your employer. It's an incredible asset. Almost every major employer has that program in the US, but a lot of people don't know about it because they see EAP, assume it means something else and go on about their business. But if you had an emotional, now again, when we were joking and cutting up and people were teasing me, talking about not you having this person too high on the list, put him down. That's not what I'm talking about. That was fun. Keep those comments coming because that was a good time. People were agreeing, disagreeing, arguing in a funny way. We were having fun. I asked y'all, tell me your list, please do. But the angry stuff was concerning. And it was from quite a few people. And then someone was like, Sharion, hotness is not just about looks. You need to get it together. You are so vain. Someone was like, how dare you say that about John Legend? He's probably a very nice guy, as the article stated. And I mean, this is in all caps, y'all, like emoji. They were sending me to emoji hell, y'all. Somebody said hotness is not just about looks. And I'm like, okay, clearly you didn't finish the video because I said that several times. Hotness is one, subjective, just on looks, but also we listed the criteria that the author was using to rate these men. And I used that criteria when rating the guys on my list. And we mentioned that 4 or 5 times and it must have missed it. But just because there are more criteria in addition to visual attractiveness, that doesn't mean those criteria are more important than attractiveness or those criteria are there in spite of attractiveness. Oh no, it's all one little cocktail. So even if you are an upstanding man with page boy pants and bugle boy shoes, whatever you are, you still got to be hot to be on the hotness list. And I just didn't think some of those men measured up. So yes, I'm aware of the criteria because I mentioned it 4 times in that video, but people were pissed at me. And I'm going to just say this, you can have that. It is not going to be an argument for me based on your own perspective. I have made that clear. I don't care what you like or what you don't like. And I don't care if you don't agree with me. That's what makes conversations fun. But where it turns into something problematic is when you use my opinion or your opinion to attack each other. That's kind of crazy. I don't care if you agree with me on what I like and dislike. I've mentioned this before. Despite me running a channel that appeals to squatties, and despite me being an extreme avid supporter of Harry and Meghan, if you tell me you don't like either of them, I'm going to say, okay, take that up with God, because you don't know them to dislike them. I'm not going to fight with you about your opinion. I'm going to assume either you're underinformed, uninformed, or choosing to feel that way. And none of those things are going to get energy out of my body to fight with you about it. I'm going to pray for you, wish you well, and go on about my business, speaking to the audience that I make my content for. And that's people who like and support Harry and Meghan. If you're not on that boat ride, then sweetheart, that's just not the boat ride you got on. Go find another channel.
Then I can't help you. I can't. I'm sorry. I just can't.
So I don't argue with people about their personal likes and dislikes. What I get upset about is when people use those opinions to attack others, even when they attack myself and my audience. I don't play those games. I saw people arguing with other squatties in the comment section. I said, I don't do that. Now I'll have all the patience in the world when me and you going back and forth. But when I see you're abusing people who support my channel, that's when I have to put down the gauntlet. It's not going to happen, Captain. And I want to say thank you to the moderators for taking care of the comment section and flagging them and getting them out of here, because it got crazy, y'all. So if you haven't seen the video, if you haven't seen it and you do go back and watch it, you're going to be like, I cannot believe people were getting into like actual fights about this. Not jokes, not teasing, not cutting up, because that's a good time. People were actually getting mad and actually saying, how dare you acknowledge looks over, child. Listen, hotness is hotness, and all that other stuff, swagger, how he carries himself, the charisma, upstanding self-respect, all those things are amazing. But attractiveness is still one of those factors, and it absolutely should be when you're talking about hotness. Now, when you want to do a list of best producers in the industry, or you want to do a list of the men who look like a potato, and you want to do a list with the man with the most sunken in eyes, several members on that Harper's Bazaar list would be happy to join you at number 1 and number 2. But the list of hotness, I had every right to say what I said, and I stand by it. And if you're mad about it, now listen, again, you can disagree. But if you actually do find yourself getting upset and leaving me those really nasty or long or kind of ridiculous comments, I'm just going to ask that you acknowledge that likely has nothing to do with me. And you might be using me or my content on my channel to express something or project something that you have not been processing. And I want you to do that in the safe hands of a professional. And I want you to know it's no harm, no foul. If you know, and several of you know it was you, if you know in your heart of hearts that you were one of the people who left those really rude and nasty comments, I didn't even acknowledge your name. You're welcome back. I'm not going to be rude or nasty to you because I don't even remember who you are, but I do think it flags something, that maybe something was wrong. And I hope that you're aware that that's not healthy behavior. So I'm not going to hold that against you, but I do want to ask that people, let's show up as our best selves, or at least let's just not show up as our worst selves. I just think this has been such an easy week for people, or the last couple of weeks have been such an easy week. And I just think people are ready to be mad about something. There's a lot. I want y'all, if you're ready to be mad and you want to argue, go talk to your therapist about it first. And then 2, Camilla was walking around barefoot. So go get mad at her. Camilla's walking around barefoot. Kate still being an asshole. William still being a bully. You can always go poke at Piers Morgan. You can always go find Jeremy Clarkson's half dead ass and go poke at him. Go attack people who should be attacked. Don't bother other squatties and squatty channels just because you're bored. That's not fun for us, and it's not fair to us. We work hard on our content, but also within our community. The squatties are always fundraising, amplifying amazing voices, sharing, supporting, creating such a positive community that it is a shame that some people really just get restless when there's nothing to fight about and attack other squatties. It doesn't just happen to me. I see it on every single squatty channel. And it's not derangers doing it. Not always. Now, sometimes it is, but not always. So when it happens on my channel, I don't even fight anymore. I delete it. But I hate that because I want my channel to grow, but I also want it to grow in the right way. I want us to feel safe and happy over here. And clearly we're doing something right because we've gotten to 30,000 subscribers and we don't have those interactions anymore. So I'm certainly not going to welcome them in at this stage in the game. So I just want to say God bless. I really hope whatever is wrong for real, that 50 hottest men list ticked off so many people. I hope that you recognize that something's not right there. You're not shamed. Don't be embarrassed. The help starts when you admit something's off. So I've been mercurial at times. I've been a little snippety and I've been like, shit, something's not right with me. Let me go and get some help. Let me, because I'm hungry. I want something to eat. Let me go and eat a little piece of bread. I'm obviously being snippy. There's no shame in not being on your game, but please don't purge in my comment section or in my email. That's not fun for me or anyone else. So just God bless. I'm not going to hold it against you. And please Google before you argue. It's also helpful. That's all I have for y'all. Again, I can't say it enough. Thank you, moderators, because my goodness, y'all work really hard. And thanks to everyone who supports the channel and is here for just a good time and community. Again, if we need to correct something, please, let's do that. I never want to be spouting bad information. Someone actually corrected me. I got it wrong on the 50 hottest men list. I said that Dev Patel was in Hereditary, and I was wrong. It was actually Alex Wolff in Hereditary. I love them both, and I slipped up and got that wrong. So thank you to the person who corrected me on that. That's necessary. But when we just fighting for nothing, that's not fun. So let's all just start over on Monday. Everybody come back as their best selves and let's just have a good time. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, feel free to go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and please don't forget to share. And I will see you next time. Bye. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the SharionSade podcast.